Welcome back Inside the Huddle for week number 2. Myself and Zach Martin. We got some busy schedules, so Kale not able to be in here today. I'll be back here next week. But the knowledgeable Zach Martin.
I'm going to try my best. Certainly not the level of Kale Steed, but I will try my best this week.
He's the stat machine, man. But this week, I don't think you need a whole lot of stats for the two very, very, very good rivalry games. One at Dick Bivens, one at Kimbrough Memorial Stadium. Which one do you want to start with?
We can go ahead and just start. I mean, obviously the one that everyone in town is going to be talking about, Amarillo taking on Tascosa. A couple teams that they seem to be rebuilding just a little bit from what they had last year, replacing a couple really talented players on both sides.
One coming off of a win, one coming off of a loss. But Tascosa's win, kind of an ugly win. You know, only 6 points in the first half. They got down late in the fourth, were able to come back and get the win on the road at Abilene High. And then Amarillo High, man, 31-0. They didn't score a point. Their offense just didn't get it going.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you're wondering how they'd be able to replace Bo Barker. They haven't seen them maybe exactly replace that yet. So we're going to have to see how that offense takes off. Especially, I mean, they have talent at wide receiver. We know what Davin Lemons is. So that
only one catch against Friendship.
Yeah, and that offense, though, it could take off. We're just going to have to see whether or not it can happen against a pretty talented Tascosa defense, though.
Agreed. And for Tascosa, again, you know, replacing Brandon White, replacing King Doru, some of those things in week number 1. And you remember they lost this game last year. Amarillo High beat Tascosa, and it's just that shows how you can, you know, the old cliche, you can throw the records out the window.
For sure.
Amarillo High beats Tascosa last year. Tascosa goes on to play in the 6A Division II state semifinals, losing to the eventual state champion. You got to think maybe they were one of the 2-3 best teams in 6A Division II last year, but lose to Amarillo High.
Yeah, no, for sure. And Amarillo High, I mean, they're always so motivated. I went to college and was roommates with a couple guys that went to Amarillo High, and they always talked about this game. They always talked about it and how big this means to both schools.
Well, I remember even last year, and this is just kind of people being people, but we post, you know, Tascosa makes the state semifinals. They take on Longview, and in the comment section, they still lost to Amarillo High. Like, you know, people do take that stuff pretty seriously. And then the CISD, the Battle of Canyon and the Battle of Randall, two teams that are coming off of pretty good wins last week.
Yeah, no, for sure. The GOAT game. They started this last year. It should be a lot of fun. Randall, you wondered how the running game would be able to go after losing Jay Sean Barrow because he transferred out. And, I mean, they showed up first play of the game. You saw him take it to the house.
Goes at about 50 yards,
Yeah, so I think this is going to be a really entertaining game. We wondered how you'd be able to replace Lawton Reichel. It feels like Jay DeFore might be able to replace him in some manner.
Man, I'm telling you, cool as a cucumber. First drive, he's sitting back there, and he looked very calm in the pocket. First drive through a perfect touchdown pass, corner of the end zone. I mean, he settled in very quickly against PD in a 50-7 route for Canyon.
I think this game's going to be a little bit lower scoring, though. I think both of these defenses can show up, and I don't think either team's going to reach 30. I think it could maybe be like 24-17 could be the final.
I think if Randall has it their way, that's what it'll be. Canyon has it their way. They're going to try and push the envelope offensively. Some of our smaller schools, one I'm really looking forward to, WT High, Stratford. You know, this is a Stratford team that I think could make a state championship push. And I think WT High has those same kind of expectations with Avian Cruz at quarterback.
Yeah, no, for sure. When I went out to Stratford this year, I mean, it feels like a McBride starting for him every single year. And he's back again this year. I believe he's a senior. He's leading that team. They look so solid against Sunray last week. So you just have to understand, like, them being as good as they are, but then WTI also bringing back a junior quarterback in Avian Cruz.
Well, and you think about a Canadian could go play for a state title again. And WT High hung right there with them last week.
Yeah, absolutely, especially since Canadian 3A, WT High 2A. That was a really impressive showing from WT High. I think they have weapons on both sides of the field. Avian Cruz, I swear he gets just lost behind the line of scrimmage, get lost behind those big linemen, and then he just takes off on one of the sides, and you don't know, and then he's flying downfield at you. So it's going to be a very entertaining game for sure.
6-man.
Yeah, love it.
McLean, state champions, coming off that. They were able to get a win in the Jayton Jaybird Classic over Blum, and now they get another test that we'll get to see them. You know, we'll have highlights on the locker room and all that good stuff as they're going to take on Groom.
Yeah, no, for sure. And I'm so excited to see McLean this year because they had to replace a bunch of players, but Ben Crockett's back this year.
Yes, he is.
About 6'1", 215 running back. You don't see that at the 6-man level. And he runs people over. I mean, he's the reason why they scored 100 points in the state title game last year, and he was a big reason why. So I'm expecting big things from them again this year, even though they have to replace the likes of Tater Kate and several others. It's going to be I think McLean has just a good chance this year to win a state title as they did last.
Well, I agree. Yeah. I agree. And a team that's coming to town that I think you and I were excited about last year that we saw play up here a couple of times, Pampa has their hands full. Yeah. Pampa, a good football team. They're taking on Lubbock Estacado. That Dobbins kid at quarterback is a real deal.
No, and there's a lot of talent on that Estacado team. On defense, there's Division I talent. On offense, there's some Division I talent. So Pampa, even though they bring back, it felt like they bring back everyone this year, and it's a very experienced team. It is going to be a battle to see whether or not they can get that win.
Locker Room, that'll be on Fox 14 at 11:30. Texas Online Overtime. Statewide show, more than 20 games throughout the entire state of Texas. That will be online Friday night or Saturday morning. It'll be on all the social medias. You can go and check that out Saturday morning around 10 o'clock. And myhighplains.com, the highlights from the locker room will be there. Highlights from Texas Online Overtime. We're getting ready for week number 2.
And it's also week number 1 of the NFL. Can't forget about that. So big weekend of football just all around.
WT home games.
Oh, man, I'm so excited for that too.